Hey, how's it going? It's William from Rocket Zero and welcome to another pixel art tutorial. In this video, we're going to be building Onix from Pokemon and his number 95 on the Pokédex. So what do we need for Onix? We need some black wool, gray wool, light gray, and white wool. And I got him from candypatterns.com, description down below. So we're going to begin with 5 blocks of our black wool. So are we lined up? Yes, we are. So we're going to go with 5 of our black wool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to place a gray wool and 3 more black wools, just like that. And then we're gonna make 4 blocks of our gray wool into a square. Then we're gonna place a black wool on the right, and then on this side we're gonna do 2 diagonal black wools. Now we're gonna go back to our black wool, and starting right here, we're going to place 4 going towards the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to add 1 more block up here and fill this area in with some gray wool. Now we're going to grab our gray wool again and we're going to place 3 blocks around the corner. Then we're going to place 2 black wools and 1 black wool. Now we are going to add 5 blocks of our black wool starting right here and going towards the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to place 1 gray wool, 1 black wool, and 2 gray wools. Now we're going to go back over here. Where are we going to go? What are we going to do? We're going to place 1 gray wool in this little corner. And then next to it, we're going to go up by 5 black wool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to place a black wool here, right above this gray wool block. And then to the right of it, this is going to be kind of complicated. So I'm going to go over it again. Let me see how I can explain this a little bit better. Okay, what we're going to do is that we're going to place a black wool here next to these 2 gray wools. Then we're going to grab our gray wool again and we're going to place 4 blocks, just like that. And now we're going to grab our light gray wool and we're going to make a square out of 4 light gray wool blocks, just like that. Then 2 black wools on the top. And then on top of that, we're going to make another square. One black wool right here, a gray wool below that, and to the right of the gray wool, we're going to place 1 black wool. So this is what we should have so far for Onix. This is kind of a complicated build just because there's too much detail in this guy, but I promise you, it's going to look really cool and we're going to finish it no matter what, so let's just stick to it and we'll get it done. Alright, so I'm back. It stopped recording. I moved my feet and accidentally unplugged the mic, so this is where we're at. Hopefully I managed to edit it correctly, but just make sure that your Onix looks like this before we move on to the next step. And that step is going to involve grabbing our black wool and starting right here in this next to this gray wool block. We're going to go up by 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like that. And then we're going to add 2 black wools to the right. And then in this little like corner area, we're going to place 4 blocks of our gray wool, basically making a square. Then a black wool on the right and on the left up here. Now we're going to place 3 blocks of our gray wool around it to like corner the not circle, but the square that we made. And then to the right of it, we're going to go up by 5 black wool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 2 black wools here. We're going to place 1 gray wool. And then over here, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of a gray wool. Then 4 blocks of our light gray wool. Now we're gonna grab our black and we're gonna go 1, 2. And then we are going, that was my phone vibrating, I don't know if you guys heard it, so my bad. And then we're gonna go up by 3 black wools here, so 1, 2, 3. Then we're gonna grab our light gray wool and we're gonna place 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we are doing great. Pause it if you need to. This is what you guys should have so far. And actually, let's add just 1 block of black wool there. Do you guys catch it? Just make sure you put it right here next to this 4 blocks of our gray wool. So make sure you guys have this. Now let's take a step back. Pause it if you need to. Alright, so now what's going to happen is that we are going to grab our black wool. We're going to place 1 block here. And then to the left of it, we're going to go up by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to place 1 gray wool. And then here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to place 4 blocks of our light gray wool in this shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to place 1 black wool here. And 3 on the top. So 1, 2, 3. Let's fill this in with some gray wool. Even though we should have done this at the end of the video, we're going to do it now. Why not? So he's coming along really nicely. Even though this feels like we're making really slow progress, I want to make sure that I'm going slow enough so everybody can keep up, because I do have the tendency to build quickly, so I do apologize for that. Alright, so now back to the tutorial. We're going to grab our black wool and we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So make sure you have added those 5 blocks into this shape. Then we're going to place 3 light gray wools, like so. And we're going to place 1 gray wool there. And we're going to place 3 black wools on the top, starting on top of this light gray wool. 1, 2, 3. A black wool next to the light gray wool that we placed. Now, starting right here, we're going to place 4 black wools going towards the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, in this corner here, we're going to place 4 blocks for gray wool into a square. 2 blocks of black wool. 3 blocks of black wool on top of the square. And then right here, we're going to place 2 gray wools. And then what we have to do is just go and surround it with some black wool. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and to the right. So make sure this section looks like this for you guys so far. Pause it if you need to. Okie dokie. So now what's going to happen is that you see this spot right here where light gray is. We're going to place 3 blocks of a gray wool moving towards the left. So 1, 2, 3. Then 2 black wools. And then right here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 3. We're going to place 1 black wool here. And then starting in the middle here of this 3 blocks, we're going to place another 3. So 1, 2, 3. Now this ugly gap that we have here, we have to fill it up with some gray wool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. We filled it up. Let's take now a farther step back. This is what your Onix should look like. It has a lot of details, so don't feel discouraged if we have done a lot of work and it seems like we have gone nowhere. Because this is a slow build, because it requires a lot of detail. But he's looking great, so we're almost done. Now what we have to do is that we need to grab our gray wool, and we're going to surround this area here. Okay, so now we're gonna grab our, what are we gonna grab? What are we gonna do? We are going to grab our black wool and we're gonna place 2 blocks next to the gray. Then we are gonna grab our light gray wool. We're gonna place 2 blocks here. So 1, 2. We're gonna grab our black and place 1, 2. Next to this black, we are going to place 1, 2 of our light gray wool, and then 1, 2, 3 of our gray wool. Then we're gonna place 2 blocks up here, 1, 2, and 1 on top of the light gray and 1 on top of the gray. Now we're gonna place 4 blocks on this side, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that it looks like this. And then we're gonna stop because in this area right here, we need to make one of the squares that we like to make all over this build. So make sure you guys have that square. The reason being is because we're gonna need it to know when to stop. When we add our gray wool right below this 4 black wools, we're gonna grab it and we're just gonna pull it down. There we go. So we're left with this hole. And in this hole, we're gonna need to grab our light gray wool and we're gonna fill it in. So let's do that now. There we go. Let's take a little step back. Pause it if you guys need to. This would be a great time to just hit pause, copy what you see on your screen so we can all be at the same pace. Awesome. Okay, so now what's going to happen next is that we're going to grab our black wool. And starting right here in the lowest gray wool block in this section, we're going to go up by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to add a black wool here. And then right below all the black wool, we're going to place 1 gray wool. Awesome. Now we're going to grab, what are we going to do? Let's take a second. Let me see what we have to do. Okay, just had to take a quick peek over there. Now what we're going to do is that starting over here, we are going to add 3 blocks of our light, or I'm sorry, our gray wool like that. So just 1, 2, 3. We're going to place a black wool here. And then right here, we're going to place 4 blocks in this particular shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to place 3 gray wools. 1, 2, 3. 2 black wools. Next to the 2 black wools, we're going to place 1, 2, 3 of our gray wools. And below that, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 of our black wools. We're going to place 1 black wool here, and then on top of the black, a gray wool. Now in this little edge here, we're going to go up by 4 blocks of our black wool. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to place a light gray and 2 black wools. 3 light grays, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go up by 2 black wools. This little hole here, we're going to cover it with some gray wool. Then we're going to place 4 blocks of the gray wool. And in this section, we're going to go straight up. Now here, we can place 2 black wools. Now back to this area. Starting here in this 1 gray wool block, we're going to go up by 8 blocks of our black wool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then we're going to place 2 light gray wools, 2 gray wools, and then 3 black wools. We're going to place 4 black wools on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then here, we're going to place 4 blocks of our light gray wool. In this little corner, we're going to go up by 3 black wool. So 1, 2, 3. 2 gray wools. And 1 black wool. So let's take a little step back. This is what you guys should have so far. So you can tell that's going to be Onix's face. Now we're going to work on like the big thing he has going through the middle of his skull. Like the pointy bit. And that means starting right here, we're going to go up by 10 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then we're going to place a black wool to the right. We're going to go back to the bottom and we're going to place 2 black wools right here. So 1, 2. We're going to grab our light gray wool and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Then here we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're going to grab our black wool and we're going to place 2 blocks. So 1, 2. And then we're just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 of our gray wool. We're going to place 2 black wools. And 1 black wool here. Then we're going to place, starting right below these 2 black wools, we're going to place 5 going towards the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to grab our gray wool and we're just going to go straight up here above the 1 black wool block that we did not too long ago. So we're almost done. We only got to do like the face area and just part of like the back of his head, like the neck, I guess. So we're almost done. I really like how this guy looks. He looks pretty cool. One of my favorite Pokemons. So now we're going to grab our gray wool and we're just going to do this. What are we going to do? We are going to place 1, 2, 3. And here we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go 1, 2. We're going to grab our gray wool and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to grab our black wool and we're going to place 1, 2. And as you can see, we now finished the outline. All that we have left to do is just go in, fill in a couple blocks, and we'll be out of here. This has been a pretty cool Onix tutorial so far, so let's keep it going. We're almost done, even though it's been a lengthy one. And been having a lot of fun making it, so it hasn't felt that long. So now we're going to grab our light gray wool and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3. We're going to grab our black wool and we are going to place 1 block here. Then another one on the left, 1 on the top, and on the bottom. Now we're going to do his eye. For his eye, it's kind of cool. If you've been wondering what we're going to do our white wool for, well, that's coming up right now. We're going to place 2 blocks of our white wool, and that is it. We only need those 2 blocks of white. Then we're going to grab our light gray wool, and we're going to place a block to the left of it, and on the top of it. Now we're going to grab our black wool, and we're going to place 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Now this whole area right here, we're going to fill it in with some light gray wool. So let's do it right now. Awesome. Now we're going to place a wool here. Or I'm sorry, a light gray wool. And then we're going to place 2 diagonal black wool blocks just like that. And then here we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pretty simple. So you can tell that's what his eye. I think that looks really cool. So now we're gonna grab our gray wool and we're gonna just fill this area in. And then we gotta fill this area in with our light gray right now. And I guess that's gonna be it. We're gonna be done with our Onix. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this pixel art tutorial for Onix. I know I did. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button for us, subscribe if you haven't, so you can stay up to date with all our newest videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching. This was Pokemon number 95 on the Pokédex Onix. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.